Okay, so for this range of motion test, we're going to be doing shoulder flexion. Okay, go ahead. Oh, that's way better. Okay. 179. And then normal range of motion for that is about 180 degrees. Right. So for this range of motion test, we're going to be doing knee flexion. Okay. So just bring it up like I said. Yeah. There we go. Okay. And then this is reading 138 degrees, and normal range of motion for knee flexion is 140 degrees. Okay, so for this range of motion test, we're going to be doing spinal range of motion with cervical extension. I'm going to keep this here, bottom of the nose, and it's starting at 90 degrees, so go ahead. Okay. Around 43 degrees. So a normal range of motion is 60 degrees. Okay, so for this manual muscle test, we're going to be doing knee extension or quads, testing the quads. So the quads, their primary function is to extend the knee, obviously. They originate, we're going to focus on the rectus femoris, and that originates on the anterior surface of the iliac spine and inserts on the tuberosity of the tibia. Oh, and the plane of motion that this goes through is the sagittal plane. All right, so you're gonna have your slightly flex, not all the way, but slightly right here. All right, and then you're gonna go up as I try to push down. Right. So 1, 2, 3, and that's gonna be a 5. So for this manual muscle test, we're gonna be testing shoulder flexion. The main muscle that does this is gonna be the anterior delt. It originates on the anterior surface of the lateral clavicle and then inserts on the deltoid tuberosity of the humerus. And then its main action is to flex the shoulder. And then this action occurs in the sagittal plane. All right. 1, 2, 3, and that would be a 5. So for this spine manual muscle test, we're going to be testing the rectus abdominis. For this test, all he's going to do is just try to curl up as far as he can, and if his scapula comes off the ground while his hands are behind his head, then that's a 5. So go ahead, and that's clearly a 5. And then so for the rectus abdominis, they originate on the pubic symphysis and pubic crest, and then they insert on the xiphoid process and the coastal cartilages of ribs 5 through 7. And then this flexion motion of the spine occurs in the sagittal plane, and the rectus abdominis, their main function is to flex the spine like he did in this. So there we go.